Hi everyone. Today we're going to talk about how to create a media list for your book. So the first thing I would be thinking about with my book is what type of media do you think would be interested in your book? So when I'm talking about what kind of media, I'm talking about what categories of media. So for example, is your book a book that deals in fitness or health? So you might be looking for health reporters or magazines that cover health topics. Is your book a crime book, but it's written by a social worker? Perhaps you're a social worker, so it's got both a mental health aspect and you also have got a crime aspect to your book. So often your book will be suited to different categories. Like it might be a category it suits for lifestyle media. It might suit business media. It might suit females, mumpreneurs, um, female business inspiring women. So different categories like that. So that's the first thing I'd be looking at. What kind of categories do you think your book covers? So have a bit of a think about that and actually write that down for yourself. The next thing I would do is I would actually look for articles online on that topic. So you could actually Google topics like anxiety in women over 50, um, gardening in Australia, um, beauty tips for women over 50. So you can look for sort of whatever is sort of the types of information you've got in your book. You could actually Google some topics on there. That's going to help you find journalists that are actually writing articles on your specific topic. It's also going to show you different types of media outlets or platforms that are actually writing articles on the same type of topic that's in your book. And from that, you can actually usually get the publishing details or an editorial contact for that actual media platform. And you can also get the journalist details. Often you'll see a journalist and find their details from that article. You might actually know a specific journalist or TV producer or host that you want to contact. So I would actually look for their details on Google once again, or you can go to LinkedIn to find their details. You could buy magazines on the topic that you're covering. For example, if you're offering decorating advice, perhaps you're offering gardening advice, then you want to buy gardening magazines. You want to buy women's magazines. You also want to, if it's a beauty topic, you would be looking at women's magazines as well. But there's different magazines that are suited to different sort of topics or that are geared towards different topics. Health magazines. In the front, when you buy that magazine, you'll see as you go in either on the inside cover or a couple of pages in, you'll find an editorial contact often in there, or you'll find the editor's name in there, or you'll find a phone number to contact them, which you can then ask for the editor or a reporter's name. The next thing I would do is if there's a particular radio show or like a breakfast show or an evening show or afternoon show that you think that your book would be a really good fit for, or you've got topics in your book that would be a really good fit for that show, then I would actually contact that radio station, ring them up and ask for the producer of that particular radio station's program. So you want the producer for the breakfast show. We want the producer for the afternoon show. The same with TV. If you've got like a TV program that you think, look, your book is going to be a really great fit, or you've got advice for mums, or you've got advice for families, or you've got advice for people over a certain age group, and you think, oh, this would be a really great fit, then I would actually ring the TV station, ask for that particular show, and see if you can get the producer's details for that particular show. Or perhaps it's suited to like the news. Perhaps your type of topic is going to be great for summer news story. Or perhaps it's something that's really topical at the moment, so you want to go to the news. Then I'd be going to the chief of staff. So it's the COS at particular radio station, at the TV station. You could also look for podcasts in your podcast app or however you normally access podcasts. and look for podcasts on your category. So there's so many different categories of podcasts now. There's business podcasts, there's crime podcasts, there's beauty podcasts, there's inspirational podcasts, there's podcasts that deal with mental health issues. So I'd be looking for a podcast in that particular category. And once again, once you actually find the podcast, you should be able to find an email address or a producer contact or a host contact email address for the podcast. Another category you can go to, which people don't often know about, is there's actually Instagrammers that are devoted to reviewing books. And they might come in different categories. What I mean by that is they might be, and they're called a bookstagammer, by the way. So the bookstagammer may cover topics like romance. So they might be a bookstagammer that only reviews romance books, or they only review crime books, or thriller books, or, you know, some other topic. There's also business bookstagrammers. So how you find them is you go on Instagram, open up your app, go to the search section and put in book review business, book review beauty, book review, and so whatever the topic is that you want to actually find a bookstagrammer that covers. And then you can actually find their email address, usually from the cover from their actual Instagram page. Or you can actually send them a DM and offer them a copy of your book. The other category is also there's BookTokers. So they're on TikTok, and you can actually find them in different categories. Once again, often it's a bit more difficult to find a TikToker's contact details, but you might find that they're also on Instagram as well. So you can probably contact them via Instagram. Or get their email address and offer them your book for review as a BookTok or as a bookstagrammer. Okay, so I hope that information helps you today. And if you're looking for more information or advice on creating a media list, you can always contact me. My name's Amanda Mills and I'm from Greenlight PR. You can contact me at info@Greenlight PR. So I've really enjoyed putting this video to you for today, and I hope it's going to help you and all the success with promoting your book.